there's magic in your backyard. Go and find it.
We'll head around to all the towns, head away, holiday. South Aussie with Cosi's on sit down. South Aussie with Cosi.
Well, welcome to a very different episode of South Aussie with Cosi, because we're here in China at our sister city, Qingdao. Adelaide and Qingdao have been sister cities for years. It's extremely important for both cities, especially for Adelaide. We've got a population of 1 million, they've got a population of 10 million. So I thought it's about time I showed everybody in South Australia just how cool our big sister city is. We swing past the Qingdao brewery, which buys plenty of South Australian barley to make its beers. We sample the local cuisine, well, my mate Tomo does. And back home in Adelaide, we check out Asia Fest, right here in South Australia. You can't come to Asia without going to a local market. See that? Used to be a ventriloquist. And in Asia, there's loads of them. Our sister city, Qingdao, has some very good markets, including this one here, which is at the base of the world's largest bridge. What's in this market? Well, I thought I would go and find the wackiest and weirdest things that are for sale, like 2 cuddling monkeys. Huh, look at me, made in China. Did you know that China actually produces 60% of the world's buttons? There you go. And they also produce 70% of the world's umbrellas. Have you ever been to Asia and seen them wear these? They're hilarious. It's kind of like hat, sunglasses, visor in one. Sun comes out, no problem at all. Our relationship with Shandong in China has grown so much, all thanks to the work from the state government and Adelaide City Council. Now, not only is our Lord Mayor of Adelaide a gun piano player, he's also very passionate about Adelaide's sister city relationship with Qingdao.
If our businesses can export their products or their services to the province of Shandong, what it means for us is prosperity. And it also means more things than that though. It also means cultural exchange. It means we begin to learn more about other parts of the world, which is just as important as the commercial outcome.
We have just finished paying for our meal at our restaurant here in Qingdao, and I have spotted some live food they have that they actually serve up to customers. Some weird and wacky stuff. Slugs, octopus, fish. Well, fish isn't really that wacky, but this is. I have just spotted the biggest frogs that I've ever seen in my life. For $10 Australian, you can get this frog and block his ears, eat him. They love the legs. Wow, is that not the biggest frog you've ever seen in your life? There's one thing that our sister city does very well, and that is build stuff. This is the biggest bridge in the entire world. How long do you reckon it is? Well, after the break, I'll let you know.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
Welcome back to a very special episode of South Aussie with Cosi. This one's different because I'm showing you around China, and more specifically, our sister city of Qingdao. Adelaide's relationship with Qingdao is so important on so many different levels, and that's what I'll talk to you about a little bit later on. But one thing I wanted to show you here in Qingdao is the world's longest bridge. It's behind me, it's a cracker. How long do you reckon it is? I can tell you, it's over 40 kilometres long, and it took 10,000 people to build it. In the last few years, loads of SA business leaders have travelled to Shandong to spruik up our state, including Rodney Harricks, the head of the SA Tourism Commission. Rodney's seen firsthand what the Chinese tourists love about SA.
What South Australia offers is really open space, colours and contrast, our amazing wildlife, and again, our food and wine proposition. There was a really strong angle around that as well.
The more you look into it, the more you find that us, Adelaide, and our sister city here in China, Qingdao, have in common. Our love for beer matches theirs. Here, the beer was brewed back over 100 years ago. It is huge here in Qingdao. And in fact, Qingdao beer, oh, you're all right, guys, come on up. Yeah, welcome, old friends. The beer here is the 6th most sold beer in the world. Can you believe that? Oh, you're right.
Qingdao was set up by German and British settlers in 1903, and we can see at this old brewery, we are still using it for already 112 years.
And now it's China's most widely exported beer. This place churns out hundreds of thousands of litres every single day. Hey, how's this bloke's job? Hashtag job satisfaction? Fairly average. Okay, Warren, we need you to sit here and stare at empty beer boxes all day. You're not allowed to touch one single beer. Ouch!
This is a wooden barrel and iron barrel that's used by the German brewing masters many years ago. And the tour guide just told me that this iron barrel can hold 10 kiloliters of beer. So for a regular man, he can drink it for 30 years. As I said, Cosi, maybe you need only 10 years.
Adelaide's relationship with its sister city Qingdao is built around beer. Well, I kind of like to think it is. Beer is mega important to this city. And here's where it gets really cool. Our relationship with the Qingdao Beer Company is that we supply so much of their barley every year that comes here to China to make their beer. So South Australians have effectively made this beer, and I'm talking about millions and millions of dollars worth. The cool thing is you can actually do a tour of the brewery here and see what happens to that South Australian barley. They've got over 100 years of history here, and this wall is where all the famous beers are, and I've actually spotted one. It's an old favourite.
I think it's a must-see site for any tourist traveling in Qingdao, and everyone looking forward to try the fresh beer here, because all the beer you can try this museum is brewed on the same day.
Jessica told me that it's acceptable to leave uneaten food on your table here in China, but it's actually very rude to leave beer left in your glass. I wish my wife had the same attitude. The brewery here has even got its own fountain that's solely dedicated to beer. How funny, this place is bumper to bumper. Everyone's having the local beer. It's so hot, and I bump into this bloke who's from Canada, and you're coming to South Australia.
Absolutely, and I love Adelaide. It's one of my favorite cities.
So what are you guys doing?
excellent.
You're going for a conference?
We're going for a conference. It's the International Engineering Deans Conference, and it's being hosted by the Dean of the University of Adelaide in Australia in December.
How funny that
I
I
look
bump into
forward.
you here, and then I'll see you in Adelaide.
Absolutely.
more we as South Australians work on our sister city relationship with Qingdao, the more jobs that we'll create in South Australia. Like here at the brewery, they love South Australian barley that makes beers just like this one. And you know, I've only been here for probably 2 hours, but already I think as a South Australian, I'm having a massive impact on our big sister city. Hang around, folks. Plenty more South Aussie with Cosi coming up next.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
Ni hao, South Australia. South Aussie with Cosi's jumped on a plane to show you around our big sister city, Qingdao. China is amazing. How's this? There is 1 billion more people in China than there is in America. And here's some other cool stats. China's railway lines could loop around the Earth twice. That's how long they are. And China also goes through 80 billion pairs of disposable chopsticks every single year. My goal is to invite our 100 million friends in our sister state Shandong to come and holiday in SA and spend their tourist dollars with us, which will of course create plenty of jobs. I love bumping into South Australians when I'm overseas. Now Roman,
Yep.
you're from Adelaide,
Yep.
doing what?
At the moment, so I'm on holiday here in Qingdao at the moment.
Yep.
Just, spending some time catching up with old friends.
Good.
And stuff like that, because I've been coming here now for 11 years with my dad. It's almost like a second home here in Qingdao, so it's great to come back.
That's super cool. But what's even cooler is Roman's introduced me to something that I've seen down at the beaches here since I've been in China. It's called the what?
This is the face kini. So this is to prevent sunburn. It's actually born here in Qingdao. So it's, you just put it over your head.
Give us a demo. So people legitimately wear this down the beach, especially the ladies.
There we go.
It's over the eyes. And its role is to what?
Protect you from the sun, mainly. You'll see people with full wetsuits on, maybe this. Protect from the seaweed as well, yeah.
Am I right in saying they also want to keep their faces as white as possible? Is
Yeah,
that...
it's more of a Chinese custom to... I think you want your skin to be as white as possible.
Yeah. I've got another local model here, Mr. C. Chen.
Hello, how are you?
How's your face kini?
Keeping me white. I think it's one of the world's best invention. And I can actually wear my glasses out of it, so and it's pretty good.
And what's Qingdao like?
Qingdao is a beautiful seaside city, and people come here for holidays and drink beer at night and wear these face kinis and go down to the beaches. And well, I find it's quite hard to talk in these things.
From Asia to Ausasia, we head back to Adelaide to show you an event here in SA that's not only awesome, but it's helping to build important relationships with China. South Australia leads the way when it comes to promotion here in Australia about festivals like the Ausasia Festival. In fact, this festival alone attracts almost 250,000 people over a 2-week period.
Cheers, guys. Enjoy.
This is the festival hub, which we've done as part of Good Food Month and Adelaide Night Noodle Markets. And this is a really amazing opportunity to showcase Adelaide as the festival capital of Australia, with Ausasia Festival being the only major international arts festival in the country focusing exclusively on Asia.
The Night Noodle Market attracts over 100,000 people. It's huge, and I think the star attraction has got to be the food. There are 19 different food options here, including this one. This place sells barbecue chicken and barbecue pork, and it's ranked number 1.
Welcome guys to Hoi Pinoy. What you can see at the back at the moment is my staff grilling barbecue chicken, which is mainly you can see in the streets of the Philippines everywhere pretty much. What happens is we load it from the back, it goes all the way back in, and then we serve it straight to the customers. So basically what you're getting is fresh fruit straight from the grill.
Just really chilled out, eh? And good food.
Alright, that's it.
Moonland Festival is Australia's biggest lantern parade. It happens in Elder Park And this year we had over 50,000 people attend the event. We had over 40 giant lanterns, including the largest lantern we've ever produced, the Hong Kong Dragon. And we have a range of roving performances, stages, pop-up events, and a spectacular fireworks to finish off the night.
The Asia Festival is fantastic, and it really does demonstrate that South Australia is serious about doing business with China and the whole of Asia. This is a simple 10 out of 10.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
Hey, peace out, number one, okay.
Welcome back, folks, to a very special episode of South Aussie with Cosi, all the way from China. I'm about to introduce you to a relative that you might not have even known you had. I'm in Qingdao, China, which is actually Adelaide's sister city, and South Australia's had a relationship with this region for like 30 years. Hey, how's this for an amazing fact about China? Did you know that half of the world's pigs reside in China? That's right, 475 million pigs live in China. They might actually need to rewrite the lyrics to that old kid's nursery rhyme. Might have to change it to, this little piggy went to China. The Premier of South Australia is one of the main drivers behind building this relationship with Shandong and its 100 million residents.
Well, it's a long-standing relationship. It's almost 30 years now, and it's built on really strong friendships, relationships that have been built up starting with universities, but then it's grown into sort of other cultural areas. So we've exchanged artistic programs, students, increasingly food and wine. For us, it's great. You know, Shandong, 100 million people. South Australia, 1.7 million people. A lot of what we've got they need, and vice versa. And it's just a really great relationship.
Well, here we are, Tomo. This is Qingdao's famous food market.
It is.
Like South Australia, mate, they pride themselves on having the best, finest food here in China. So I think that it's only fitting that we should actually go in and try some.
Let's get in there, mate.
Let's do it. Okay, around we go. Excuse me, young fella. I decided to challenge old mate Tomo to eat 3 things, and best of all, I got to choose what he ate. Well, Tomo, here we are. I've found ni hao. I found stop number 1. These are sea slugs. They're like a delicacy here, and they are the weirdest things. Oh my God, I'm brave even picking them up. Have a look at that.
Mate, what is inside this thing?
You probably don't want to know. But what we're going to do is we're going to cook it up, and this is challenge number 1. Whoa. I think it's all right, let's get this thing on the cooker.
Well done, thanks, buddy.
Oh, it's a bit of sauce.
Yep, saucing. Chili paste, perhaps?
Chicken salt? Whoa. Generous with the salt.
Sir.
Okay, Tomo, from this to this, let's see how the sea slug goes.
Do I chew this thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus, Extreme 15, Simon Guthrie.
Oh, it's like chewy. What's it taste like? It's not bad.
Not bad.
Okay, well done. Okay, Tomo, object number 2. Fried scorpion here is like a massive delicacy. Like, this is our sister city's piece de resistance. They love it here. This one here, mate, it's been sitting in the sun for like probably all day, so I wouldn't make you do that. I'll get you a nice fresh one. One scorpion.
Cook it twice.
Wow. Okay, mate, well, there you go.
Aren't these things deadly?
Mate, that one's not doing much. You'll be fine. It's a delicacy. You're doing it out of respect for our sister city, Qingdao. Tail first. Okay, here you go. What's it like?
Tastes like tarantula.
Yuck, no man, I'm alright. You've eaten the slug, you've eaten the scorpion, you've done very well. Which was the worst?
I think probably the slug, mate. Just the texture.
so Tomo, you can choose the final thing you eat.
No, I'll take the lizard.
Okay, yeah, one of your finest lizards. Yeah. This place is actually a smorgasbord. The Chinese love this stuff. You've got cockroaches, grasshoppers, lizards, seahorses, millipedes, scorpions. It is just unbelievable.
Yeah, delicious. Nutritious.
Okay, Tomo, that's what it is, mate. Dried lizard.
Yeah, this is my favourite.
Just go the tail.
This is my favourite.
Beautiful. Oh, well done, mate. That's very brave. There's no way I would have done that. Thank you. Tomo ticked all 3 boxes. Well played. He must have been tired after eating all that food because he sat on this step for at least 20 minutes. Well, that's all we got time for. I hope you enjoyed your look around our sister city Qingdao and our sister state Shandong. It is massive here in China. In fact, the population of China is twice that of Europe. So that means there are more people in China, twofold, than there are in Europe, excluding Russia. It is huge. In fact, they've got 1 billion more people than what live in the United States of America. We'll catch up with you next week, and I got to go. My favourite show's on.
In South Australia we will go, head away, holiday.
Yeah, I've really got to be square on with this shirt, otherwise I look fat side on.
Okay.
So I'll try to.
No worries. And right.
This show is proudly brought to you by Travel Superstore. Based in South Australia, taking you all over the world. Check out travelsuperstore.com.au. Your journey simple.
In South Australia we will go, head away, holiday.
I like possums.